have to have sex with somebody to find that out. I think a girl should make a guy wait, because as soon as a guy has sex with you, the chance that they're not as attracted to you anymore is gonna be so high. I mean, that happens to me every time. So, so it's like that's why you should, as a girl, you should hold out as long as you possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the reason why is because of that thing, right? The longer you wait, the more meaningful it's gonna be.
I mean, Sierra and her.
I know some guys like that just sleeps with like a different girl every week or every day, and to them, like literally, they're miserable because they can never have that feeling of like, oh, this is something special. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
Like to them, it's just like it's just another girl. You know?
that's like Barney in How I Met Your Mother. Remember? Did you
No,
watch
I
it?
don't watch that show.
Okay. But this guy. So the thing is, it's not about the number. It's about actually how much somebody can click and connect with another person. And for that, it takes time to meet a person. But if you only stick to physical things, then it's really going to be like a physical activity. So then, how
Oh, I see what
excited
you mean.
somebody
Yeah,
is going to be.
yeah. That's why you should make them wait.
Yeah,
Because like for most guys that's the goal, right? So the longer you wait, the more you're forcing them to spend time with you.
yeah. I mean, okay,
You know what I mean?
yeah. But imagine,
Like I heard something like for a guy to fall in love with you, like for a woman to fall in love with a guy, like sex has a lot to do with it. If if a woman didn't enjoy the sex, they're not gonna fall in love with you. But if
Mhm,
the woman enjoy the sex, the chance that they're gonna fall in love, like their pheromone has a lot to do with like, you
mhm,
know, their their like how they fall in love. But for a man, it actually has to do with how much time you spend.
yeah,
So do you understand what I mean? So
yeah,
I think that's why it's in the woman's best interest to have the man spend it. Like no guy's ever gonna be like, you know, oh, I don't love you. But then after you have sex with you, they're gonna be like, oh, I love you now. That's never gonna happen. If anything, the opposite might happen.
yeah,
Do you understand what I mean?
yeah. But imagine how. So if somebody is considering sex as going to the gym as physical activity, so I guess that you cannot be excited.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of bad, right? Because it's gonna hurt you in your regular relationship.
Yeah. But also, even if somebody waits and then
Hmm.
consider sex as physical activity, again, you just prolonged it a little bit. It's kind of funny here and there, but still, it doesn't change much because maybe it's
Yeah,
excited to do like, oh, this was a hard thing to check on my list, but I checked it. So still,
yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, you can't force this. You can't force somebody to fall in love with you, no matter how much time you spend with them.
yeah. So what you said about that sex is sacred and it's about emotional attachment that happens. So I guess if you cut that emotional attachment, then you,
Yeah, I still think it's sacred because, like, just think about it, right? Like, it's not just like a friendship because, like, imagine like 10 people that you're friends with and you don't know them for the same amount of time, but one you had sex with and the other ones you didn't. You're gonna share something extra with that person that you don't share with
yeah, sure,
these other 9 people, right?
yeah,
So it's still, I think, kind of sacred, yeah, in my opinion.
So the question is, who are we if we don't have emotions? So, because if you are a sex worker, you need to cut this thing. And
I think that's why like a lot of sex workers are very like they have
yeah,
mental health issues, probably for that reason. Or like it's linked, like, or people that have mental health issues, or like, you know, like were abused when they were younger or something like that.
yeah,
Like there's a big correlation between that and sex work, right? You don't usually you don't see like people who grew up in a perfect environment with in a loving home and a good family, and you know
yeah,
that goes into sex work. Other, I mean, if the sex work was really like real work, why doesn't why doesn't somebody that you know lived a very good life, went to college and all of that, go into sex work? You make more money than going to work as a receptionist at some company.